Konnichiwa, it's TVB, and tonight, in honor of Monster Week and Godzilla King of the Monsters coming out this weekend, I'm going to sort of let out my inner weeb, and as part of this whole Monster Week, I told myself I should really do a top 9 at some point, and here I am now paying homage to, Japan, the country that conceived Godzilla in the first place, by taking a look at some of the other monsters that has come out of the land of the rising sun. So tonight, we are going to count down my picks for the top 9 coolest monsters from Japanese myths and legends. All the monsters and creatures seen on this list have their origins in Japanese legends and mythologies and folklore, not movies or video games or anime. So you're not going to see any Godzilla or Mothra or Pokemon or Titans or anything from Hayao Miyazaki here. So keep in mind, there's plenty of bizarre creatures and demons and ghouls and monsters and what have you from Japan, and this is just the 9 I found coolest. This is my opinion, so if there's any beasts that you feel like should be on this list, please let me know in the comments down below. Let's start a conversation in the comments. I've been a huge mythology fanatic for as long as I can remember, and I think it's about time I cover more videos regarding various myths. I could do Greek myths, Norse myths, Egyptian myths, whatever myths you guys want me to do. Just, again, let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up. And, yeah, let's get started with my, let's get started with my number 9. Number 9! Okay, when I was piecing together this list, I assumed that Japan had its own take on the mighty Bigfoot. And my assumption was correct. Bigfoots, or Big Feet, or Bigfoot, or whatever the heck these things are among the most universal mythical beasts in the world, as every culture seems to have its own version of this legendary ape man. Here in North America, use Sasquatch, with Florida more specifically having an alleged skunk ape. Canadians might call this thing the Wendigo. In the Himalayas, they have Yetis. Sumatra has the Orang Pendek. Australia has a Yowie. Central Asia has Almas. The Amazon is allegedly home to the Mapinguari. And yes, even Japan has reported sightings of a monster known as the Hibagon. Oh, and disclaimer, please forgive me if I completely butcher these names. I mean, my Japanese is very poor, so if I mispronounce things, my apologies. Getting its name from the forests of Mount Hiba or Hiba in northern Hiroshima, the Hibagon is apparently much smaller than its counterparts, at less than 1 meter tall and covered in black or reddish brown fur, with some saying that it has a puff of white fur on its chest. Sightings for this Japanese Bigfoot spiked throughout the 1970s and early 80s. With Japan's rugged terrain and forests, it might be an ideal home for this creature, leading us to wonder if it truly lives among us. Number 8! What might just be Buddhism's answer to Satan is a Norebotoke, which translates to coated Buddha. Norebotoke is described to have black skin, dangling eyeballs, a large stomach, and a catfish tail. Most Japanese homes have something called a butsudan, a wooden shrine full of statues, scrolls, and other religious icons. The butsudan is open during the day as a center of spiritual life in the home. But remember to close your butsudan when the sun sets, otherwise unfriendly spirits known as Yokai will be released from the land of the dead into your house, including the Norebotoke. This foul fiend terrorizes whoever is in the respected house, and has even been told to trick mortals with their false prophecies. The Norebotoke will return back to the butsudan at sunrise, but please spare yourself the trouble and at night keep the butsudan shut. Number 7. Some women in America who put on way too much makeup for their first date might want to take a note on this yokai, which is known as the Pepo, whose name is translated to the slang word for those who wear too much makeup. With a fleshy, fatty face, this spirit roams graveyards, ruined temples, and pretty much anywhere that is run down or abandoned. The Pepo isn't necessarily dangerous, they just really need a shower. Their method of terrorizing villagers is by running around with their disgusting odor, causing nausea and passing out. Despite their stench, their flesh is allegedly full of medicinal properties, and eating it gives you immense power, assuming you can tolerate the smell and taste. Number 6! If you have arachnophobia, you might want to skip ahead to number 5. The Jorogumo is a Japanese succubus whose name means horror spider. She can appear in the form of a beautiful woman, but her true form is an enormous spider, using her lady form to lure men into her traps with her looks and beautiful music, only to eat them in her spider form on a giant web. So, boys, if the situation arrives, please use protection. And I mean bug spray, you perverts. Many cultures from around the world have female creatures and demons that have been told to lure men into their deaths with their looks and charms for their own sinister reasons like food and reproduction. Kind of like the sirens from Greek myth that have the heads of beautiful women but the bodies of ravens, luring sailors to their island by singing so they can have lunchtime. That's something to feel happy about. Perhaps the most terrifyingly simple creatures on this list, Gashadokuro is a monstrous spear that often takes the form of a giant skeleton, whose bones are made up of anyone who has starved to death, and is always looking for more. Gashadokuro is no gentle giant. If you come across this monstrosity, it will bite your head off before draining your blood and adding your bones to its collection. And there is no escape from the Gashadokuro, as it will chase you down, causing an intense ringing in your ear. Like worse than you get from a heavy metal concert. The only way an encounter with this giant ends is with you torn apart. Have fun trying to eat dinner after this. Fun fact, snakes have appeared in myths and legends all around the world more than any other animal, and Japan is no exception. The Sochinoco is a mysterious chubby snake that goes by many names depending on what part of the Japanese archipelago you're in. As reports these things in the undeveloped parts of Japan's mountains and forests go back years, even appearing on ancient pottery before samurai were even a thing. If the Sochinoco exists, then how does it move around with a constant bulge in the middle of its body? Many sightings of this serpent report it leaping through the air to get around, not like other snakes that get around by slithering. Some also claim that the Sochinoco might curl up in a ball and roll around like Sonic the Hedgehog, and like most snakes are probably great swimmers. Most tall tales of this reptilian cryptid say that the Sochinoco is actually sentient, being able to converse with people and having a tendency to lie and deceive travelers, with some legends claiming that the only way to get these things to shut up is to bribe them with sake and other alcoholic beverages. I think of these things as Japanese water goblins. The Kapaa is an aquatic prankster whose jokes on humans often take a turn for the worst. Kapaas are often depicted with amphibious or reptilian features like green scales and webbed feet, as their name in English means river child. That makes sense because these things are short in nature, and their tendency to lure people, cows, and horses to the water's edge and drown them or even be creepies and look up women's kimonos is often used to explain to Japanese children not to horseplay around the water's edge. Even nowadays, there are signs next to rivers and ponds in Japan that warn residents about these water devils. However, some also view the Kapaa in a more honorable light, as the Shinto faith revere the Kapaa as water gods. Some believe that the Kapaa can have a mutualistic relationship with humans. As long as it's fed, a Kapaa can irrigate crops, begoat kids, and are fiercely loyal to their promises. So, are these things divine or demonic? I guess it's a matter of interpretation, so you be the judge. Okay.
Number 2!
Okay. Some view the Oni as a good luck charm, while others see the Oni as the most malevolent beast to cross your path. There is no denying my pick for the second coolest creature from Japanese mythology has countless variants. The overall consensus on the Oni's appearances are red, blue, or green skin, heights that are taller than the tallest of men, horns, boar-like tusks coming out of its mouth, loincloths made of the pelts of the deadliest of beasts, and just a really bad attitude. Oni are born and raised in hell, with some punishing the damned souls in the most egregious of methods, and some playing horrible tricks of living. Some tales describe the Oni as sky demons that fly over villages and cities, blissfully casting spells on innocent people. What these spells end up doing to people is destructive and unpredictable. They can cause earthquakes, tsunamis, disease, famine, war, and just about anything that can ruin your day. Why this ogre hasn't got its own mainstream horror movie yet? Not one that I know of, at least, is far beyond me. Hey, maybe I should write one starring Ken Watanabe. Everything is better with Ken Watanabe. Okay, number one, this is it, guys. Are you guys ready to not sleep tonight? I know I'm not the first one to say that the Kuchisakeonna is the greatest mystical creature from Japan, but it's often number one for good reason. This abomination is said to be the corrupted soul of a woman who is disfigured and abused by her husband. She is said to be wearing a surgical mask that covers up her grisly facial scars, and her favorite weapon is a pair of scissors. She approaches those traveling alone at night, asking them,
"Am I pretty?"
If you say no, she cuts your face until you look just like her. If you answer yes, she pulls her mask off, showing her deep scars, and asks you,
"Am I pretty now?"
Then she cuts your face. Reports these female demons date back to the 70s, if not earlier, as there are still sightings of the Kuchisakeonna all across East Asia in the 21st century. Some claim to escape her trap by offering her hard candy and running as fast away from her as humanly possible. Hey, well, you know, even demented Japanese murder ladies can have a sweet tooth. So there you guys have it, my picks for the 9 coolest Japanese monsters. Again, let me know if you guys think there's any monsters I have missed in the comments down below, and yeah, subscribe to my channel, please. I am seeing King of the Monsters tomorrow night, late night Thursday showing. Oh my goodness, yes. And then my spoiler talk will be made on Friday, and Saturday I got a very special Minecraft video planned for you guys. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Arigato for watching, I should probably say, and yeah, sayonara.